For the details, and hundreds gathered at the Christ the King Catholic Parish for a solemn Thanksgiving service in honor of the late Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omane Boamah and Wing Commander Peter Bafemi Anala, as government assured bereaved families of counseling support, though on a voluntary basis. The service was marked by hymns and prayers as relatives, colleagues and friends reflected on the sacrifice and dedication of the departed. There is more on the following report by ChannelOne News' Daniel Sakiti.
The Thanksgiving service for the late Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omane Boamah and Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala was attended by President John Dramani Mahama, First Lady Lordina Mahama, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, and several high-ranking officials, including Chief of Staff Julius Debra and Deputy Defense Minister Broja Jemfi. Parish priest of the Christ the King Catholic Church, Reverend Father Ebenezer Akese, delivered the sermon, urging Christians to remain steadfast in their faith.
We may fail once, we may fail twice, we may fail 3 times. But if we don't give up, one day, that which was a failure will turn to a success story. So don't throw your hands in despair. Clasp them in prayer as you draw strength from the cloud of witnesses who surround you.
Hymns were sung and prayers offered for the bereaved families.
While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. God our Father, this afternoon, your sons and daughters are before you with a heavy heart and yet full of hope in the resurrection. And as we thank you for the gift of their lives, we entrust these, your sons and daughters, to your care. We ask you to take hold of them, wipe their tears, give them courage in this time of difficulty.
The families of the late Defense Minister and Squadron Leader expressed gratitude to the President and the nation for standing with them in their moments of grief and thanked President Mahama for the honors bestowed on their loved ones who lost their lives in the tragic military helicopter crash.
We want to thank you for making it easy for us, because we knew you had our backs and you were there, you helped us to put our loved ones yeah. And then we want to thank you for the honor you did, by honoring them and elevating them in their ranks. Now, I remember telling Peter that I would like to see you a wing commander in my lifetime. Yeah, got it in my lifetime, but he's not there to celebrate it with me. So we thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Dr. Agnes Namomo Latte, in a sideline interview with the media, extended condolences to the President and the bereaved families. She added that her ministry will recommend counseling support to help them cope with the painful loss.
We do counseling, especially with the Social Welfare Department, but that is not something we impose on people. Families have their own ways of healing, and so when they reach out to you, like trauma counseling, people have other ways, but it is something that is available at the ministry. But as we continue to engage them and the need arises, we can suggest or recommend to them, whether with a social worker or with a psychologist, because this is not easy. So it is not something that we impose, but it is available as a service, not only to this family, but to all other families that wish to access.
Ghanaians and government officials are being called upon to emulate the life led by these 8 fallen heroes. For Channel One News, I am Daniel Sakite.